Hi, welcome to C# Object Oriented Program. Let me show you guys how this works. Let's say the starting point is 1 and on the x-axis, and the y-axis of the starting point happens to be, let's go for 18. The x-axis, let's say 1, and finishing point happens to be 48. All we need to do is to click on total to calculate what that is. Supposing this happens to be maybe, let's say 52. If you come down here, this is where we get 1000 plus. So what is happening actually is we are actually calculating the distance between point A and point B. Let's say we have point A here from here, okay, and B happens to be from here to here. Then we want to calculate from here to here. That is what this tutorial is all about. So if you look at it mathematically, let's say you decide to draw a line, it's going to be similar to this. Draw it down here and take it right down. Sorry about that, it's not straight, but the one we are going to be calculating is the C. This one, this is C, this is A, and here that will be B. So what we're calculating is C. So let's go into C# development environment and put one of these together. So let's do that now. Hi, and welcome to C# object oriented tutorial. I'm going to start by clicking on new project. Now that the dialog box is ready, make sure C# is selected. Windows Form application is selected as well. Let's give our project a name. I'm going to call it CS underscore using data member. Alright, so what I intend to do is to use this data member to determine the length of a line between 2 points. So it's all about calculation in C# using object oriented. But the first thing is, let's go straight to project and let's select a class, and within that class, let's name the class first. I'm just going to call my class, let's say, well, I'm going to call it pointer, or just a point, that's fine, and click on add. Now that my class is ready, I'm going to define the data member. So it's going to be in the form of public int x, enter a parenthesis, and I'm going to repeat another one, public integer y. There, those are my data members. Those are my members, or you can also refer to them as fields or variables. But the fact is, this class is useless to me until I'm able to convert it into an object or create an object to work with. So I'm going to create my object here. So to create that very object, the first thing I like to do is let me add some component onto my system here. Need that, need a button. We don't need labels, and I'll just speed that up anyway. And TextBox, let's move them around. This is how my interface looks like. This would have taken me a long time to put together for the tutorial, that's why I had to do it alone. But all of this white bit you're seeing is just an ordinary plane, okay, and these are labels, text box, and rich text box, buttons, and all the white are just planes. Okay, so let me just show you what I'm talking about. I can just select that, hold the control and copy it across. You see, it's just an ordinary plane in there, and just maybe increase the length. Let's see, what's that? Let's see what the length is there, the width, I mean. The width of that is what? Okay, let's add, maybe make it 600. That seems to be another 6,000. Let me go for 700 then. Right, and let's increase the height right there. We can just bring it up a little bit and drag it. That's all there is to it that I've done. There's no big deal. You can always do it. It's just how I want my interface to look like. Well, that's not what the program is all about. It's all this. The program is all about object-oriented techniques. So I'm going to use that to actually carry out calculation that will determine the length of line between 2 points. Okay. Now, first thing, let's create our object. Right in here, I'm going to create my object in there. The first object is going to be object point. And I'm just going to call it the starting position. So that will be starting equals new object equals new points, I mean. Right. Then I'm going to create another one. I'll just call that end. And here is the ending point. There. Those are my two objects that I intend to use. Now, I then need to get the data from where I will enter the starting point for each. So starting dot x, okay, equals what? So let's say double dot parse, and what I'm passing is txt start x dot text. So that is the very first one. I'm referring to the text box. It's not double, I think it is an integer. So let's change that as an integer. Okay, there. Then the second one, that is going to be my y coordinates. Right there, that'll be y, and this is y as well. Then I have my ending coordinates. So let's change this to end, and I'm going to change this to end as well. Then these ones, the names are, let's see what are their names. Okay, and alright, let's copy that and fill that up here. That is end, and the other one is end as well. So those are the coordinates actually assigned to all of my variables here, or data member. Right. So if you are in any doubt, confused of what I intend or what I'm planning to achieve, it's all about being able to find the length between two lines. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So what I'll do is, alright, what I'll do is just draw out these lines, then you guys will understand what I intend to achieve. So let's say we have two lines from here. We want to get this, the length of this very line here. Okay, in here we have, this will be my end. Okay, and the coordinate for this is x. Let's say x2, one there, and the other one is y. Okay, that's the coordinate for that. And here, let's say we have, this is my A point, and in here, that will be B. This is C. What we want to calculate is C really. This is the starting point. Okay, and that will be X. x1, y1. For those of you who are good in algebra, you understand what I'm trying to achieve here. At the end of the day, it's going to be x2 minus x1. Okay, and which you can also sum up as c2 equals, that means c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Okay, that's all we're trying to achieve in this very tutorial. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we can do in this tutorial, and you guys will get the whole idea. Okay guys, to achieve that, what I'll do next is I'll come up here. Let's create another variable there. I'm going to call that variable line. Alright, or between lines. Let's see. Between lines, that's my variable there. Okay, this variable, that represents my c that you guys saw earlier. Okay, that represents the c, if you can still recall. Okay, this will be c squared equals maybe a squared, sorry. Alright, and b squared. That's what I'm trying to achieve there. Alright, let's go back. Alright then, so what we will do is I'm going to use the inbuilt function, which is the system dot the mass function itself dot squared right there. And what am I squaring? That is supposed to be end dot x minus the starting point dot x. Okay, then let's multiply that by, let's say end. I'm just gonna copy that, paste that in there, and x minus starting x. Okay, remember it's squared, that is why it's like this. So the next thing is I'm going to say plus, let's copy all of this and change it to copy. Let's copy it first and then change that to y. That's y there, and another y here, another one here, and another one right here, and then coordinate. And if you have a good look here, this is what I've just done in there. That is meant to be c squared here equals a squared plus b squared, right? And you can also define it as, let's see, for those of you who are good in mathematics, something like, let's draw that in here. That's what c is about, and in here that will become y minus y1, close the bracket and get it squared. That's all, which is exactly like what I wrote down here earlier. 2 squared equals a squared plus b squared. That's all there is to it. That's what the program is all about. So let's go back and finish up this program now. So to finish up this program, all I just need to then do is display all of those information that we have in here, display them right inside my rich text box here. So come right down here and just enter as follows. Okay, and one more thing that I intend to display is going to be, let me copy this and write down here. I'm going to display this, copy that. That will be the point, the length of the line from point A to point B. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all of this. We just paste this right there. Get rid of that. Get rid of this for now, or maybe just add something there. So in here I'm going to enter as follows. Let's say length of line between point 1 and point 2, up to point 2, point 1 and point 2. That's all there is to it. Maybe we should add a broken line here. Let's see what's going to happen anyway. That's all there is to it. So if I run my program now, let's run it and see what we've done so far. It's the first time of running it, that's why it's a bit slow. Okay, then let's enter the coordinate. Starting point, okay, that's for the x axis, from point X straight to point Y. So let's say Y is about 7, and for the X, let's say, yeah, it's going to start from 1 as well to about 9. So if I click on calculate, that is what we get. Alright, but we need the total of this. Okay, let's come right down. Oh, this is not working. Let's close that. I'm going to have to expand that a little bit. Okay, I think the error is because it's string. I should have entered string right here. So let's come in there, paste that. I've also modified the look of the program, so let's run it. You see what I'm talking about. Alright, so we enter our starting point and the finishing point on the y-axis, and the ending part of it. Let's say we have, let's enter 48 there. That's all, and just click on that. So in here we have all the informations anyway. Points 1, that is 1 to 12.2. This should be point 2. That's 1 to 48. So let's check it out. It's length of line between points 1 to point 2 should be 1296. So let's carry out all those minor corrections and clear, exit. As the first thing is, I'm going to increase this, take it up, and realign all of this, and there we go. That's fine. Now come in right here and work on the resets. So that's going to be txt.clear there. That's for the first one. The next one is going to be for the X, for the Y right there, and we want txt and paste, copy and change that to Y as well. Right, those are the reset taken care of. And we also need to reset the reset spot box right there. Yeah, that is reset done. Okay, now let's take care of this very exit. So on the exit, I'm going to declare as follows. Let's say I exit, and then I exit equals message box dot show and what we are showing is confirm if you want to exit. Say comma, calculate length. Alright, and come in here, let's use the built-in function message box button dot yes no comma message box icon dot question. So we'll now come in here and use an if statement to check on if exit equals dialog result dot yes. I think that should be in brackets. This is not Visual Basic, and this ought to be double equals, and we just need to say application dot exit. There, that's all. So if we run the program, so have a good look at the lines of code for exit, the lines of code for reset, and this is where the calculation took place, and here are the objects that were created. And right in here, that's just the class. Okay, that's the class variable, or you can call it field or data member. So when we run it, have a good look at it, data member. Okay, let's run it now and see how the whole system looks like. Starting point is 1, finishing is 18, and starting point here happens to be, let's say 48. There we go. It's 900. Okay, the length of line between point A and point B is 900. Okay, with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. You all have a nice day now, and subscribe and like. Bye for now.